one young lady who the first time I ever met with her, I had to hospitalize her, which is very rare in my career. I've rarely had to do that. And she was extremely nonverbal, had access to a gun, and was completely shut down. And it was actually reported through a friend on MySpace.
The young lady that I counseled last year was a middle school student, and she was both suicidal and parasuicidal. So by that I mean she had suicidal thoughts and ideation. She had a plan to take her life, although it wasn't to die so much as to get out of the pain. But she also had the self-injury piece with the cutting, where she was cutting her wrists, and had marked scars on both wrists.
When she first came to see me, she was completely withdrawn and she barely spoke. She had been, Lisa had been the victim of an abduction. Her actual biological father had abducted her when she was young, and she went through all kinds of trauma and sexual abuse and just unfathomable things.
And he would have an issue, and we would talk about that. And we would slow down life, because his life was more about his emotions and how he felt like he needed to be heard, but he wasn't heard.
And so what we did is we worked on resources for her, starting from the first time that I saw her, and letting her know that I was there. And I think it was a relief, because I think being able to talk to mom or siblings wasn't present. And there was a contagion effect going on in her middle school, where a lot of her friends were doing the same thing, so they were of no support in terms of helping her stop.
And the interesting thing is, he began to express himself in ways that nobody had ever heard him express himself. With his mother, with mother's boyfriend, with the school counselor. And that evolved into a pretty awesome relationship that he was able to understand, knowing that people love you. People do care about you. And you're not alone.
I have been working with her for almost 2 years. And without the Second Wind Fund, Lisa would have not had the opportunity to have therapeutic services.
Through family therapy, I was able to help the parents understand that allowing her to assimilate and acculturate did not mean that she was going to neglect her culture, which she did not want to do. So then she was able to be more a part of her community, her young people community, and parents were able to allow her to do that. So I think that was a very successful case.
After 12 sessions, she no longer wore the wristbands. The scars had all healed over. She was not having the addictive thoughts of, this is what I need to do to get rid of that pain. And she also, the plan was no longer viable. She didn't need to be able to have a plan in action, and she was ready to move forward. It was really greatly rewarding.
She is a totally different person.
And so it was good to be able to help him understand life for the longevity of his life, knowing that you may have these feelings when you're 20 years from now, but knowing, or even 5 years from now, but knowing that you do have a process of how to be able to bring you in instead of running away, instead of running, escaping, saying, I can't do life anymore, I gotta get out of here. Like, no, wait a minute. No, you can do life here, and you can do life differently.
Completely integrated back with her family, being open and honest, talking. Absolutely, really incredible.
She has blossomed into the most beautiful, confident, verbal young woman. And for me to have that opportunity to see her flourish and heal and become healthy, mentally and physically healthy, has been one of the most wonderful experiences of my professional life.